Tavon knows I'm not much of a public speaker, but he said just go up there and say what you want to say. So there's a couple things I want to say. First of all, I thought I was here to share a little bit about my job. I'm a criminal trial judge here in York County. I've been on the bench for about 5 years. More importantly, I'm the mother to 3, and I'm also a coach. But I feel like I'm being more educated here, that I'm going to impart knowledge. So I really appreciate everyone and everything that they're sharing. It's been very powerful to me. And I was telling Commissioner Muldrow, one of the things I want to talk about is sentencing. Judges have a broad discretion in sentencing. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I think I want to get creative with my sentencing, maybe make certain people watch this panel, right? As part
Love
of
it.
their sentence.
Love it.
So there's two things, well, there's a lot of things, but I want to keep it really simple because sentencing can be very complicated. But typically, there's two things that I'm looking at with sentencing, and that's your prior record score. So what have you done before? And this is a mathematical formula put out by the Pennsylvania Sentencing Commission and their guidelines that I'm required to follow. They're looking at your prior record score, then they're looking at the offense gravity score. So what you do before and how serious is what you're doing now, and then it gives me a range. And if I sentence someone within the standard range, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say anything else on the record. If I want to mitigate that, if I want to make a sentence that's less than that, I have to put my reasons on the record. And if I want to aggravate that sentence and make it harsher, I have to put those sentences on, or I have to put those reasons on the record. So that's just kind of sentencing in a nutshell. I know probably some of our DAs think I'm a little softer than others, other judges, but I would like to think that I'm more compassionate, and I really try to take a lot of things into consideration when I'm sentencing people. It's absolutely, positively the most difficult part of my job. The other thing I want to talk about is treatment work, because that's my passion. And I know everyone's like, you heard Attorney Lombardo talk about diversion. What does diversion mean? Well, it means instead of going to prison, we're going to do something else to make things better. My family goes back 6 generations in York County, and I'm deeply committed to this community and making it better. That's why I'm here today. That's why I ran for judge. And now that I have a platform in which I can impact lives, it's really important that I do so. So I've been involved in 2 different treatment courts. We have 4. We have a mental health wellness court, we have a DUI wellness court, we have a drug wellness court, and we have a veterans wellness court. And for a period of time, about 3 years, I presided over drug wellness court. I'm taking a little break now. And I've also presided over Veterans Wellness Court. So what happens is someone gets involved in the criminal justice system, and we'll use drug wellness court as an example, and they get, usually it's possession with intent to deliver. Maybe it's got a relatively harsh sentence, a state sentence, and we know someone has a serious drug problem. What we also know is putting them in prison, they're going to come out, and they're going to recidivate. We talked about that. So what does work? What do the statistics show us? Treatment. So what we do in drug wellness court is we have a team, including probation officers, mental health professionals, drug and alcohol professionals. We have people in the recovery community that meet every single week to discuss what's going on with the people who are in our wellness court programs. Instead of going and being incarcerated, they're in the community receiving treatment. And it's absolutely wonderful to be a part of the wellness courts. They work exceptionally well. The statistics are all there. I won't get into them because they're kind of boring, but they're also very important to me to talk about, because I want buy-in from the community. Because I know, maybe some of you here have heard it's a setup. Wellness court's a setup, drug court's a setup. And I'm just here to say it's not. And I just encourage you that if you have questions, that you talk, you can come talk to me about it. You can talk to anyone from the DA's office or the public defender's office, and they can tell you why. And the judges involved in the treatment courts are very invested in our communities and making them better. But again, I want to thank everyone. I'm definitely going to use this panel in sentencing, because I think that's great, because I think everyone that I'm sentencing, not everyone, but certain people need to hear what you all have to say, so thank you very much.
Amen.